Inside Building Products, a Siemens podcast that keeps you learning.
Imagine for a moment, you're responsible for keeping a truly massive building running smoothly. Maybe a bustling hospital, a huge university campus, or a towering office block.
Yeah, thousands of people, complex system.
Exactly. The constant changes, people coming and going, maintenance. And then there's that huge question.
Yeah.
How do you make sure everyone's safe, productive, and, importantly, that the whole thing keeps running if there's an emergency? That sounds incredibly complex.
Oh, overwhelming is probably the word.
Right. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the answer. These things called hazard management systems for buildings. We'll be looking specifically at how Siemens approaches this with their Cerberus DMS system. Our mission here is really to give you the ultimate shortcut to understanding how these big, complex places stay safe and efficient. Even if you've never thought about building security before, we want to make this crystal clear.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how much we just take the safety and, the smooth running of these places for granted. We walk in, we assume the alarms work, that the doors lock properly, but behind the scenes, there's this critical layer of technology. It's working constantly to protect people, yes, but also property and business continuity. That last one's huge.
Business continuity, right? Keeping things running.
Exactly. This deep dive should really shine a light on how vital these systems are, particularly when things go wrong.
Okay, let's unpack that. Because without a good system, managing one of these places, you said it can be miserable and inefficient. Trying to get a clear picture of everything happening.
Almost impossible in complex environments. Things change constantly.
And in an emergency, you absolutely need something reliable, something easy to use to protect people, assets, keep the business going. Without that central control point, even for just daily maintenance, things get slow, time-consuming, maybe even dangerous.
Yeah, and reporting incidents. If you don't have a central place collecting data, generating reports automatically, it's a nightmare.
All right. And you mentioned these systems, the hazard and emergency ones. They're getting more complex.
Yeah.
And often managed separately.
That's often the case, yes. Different systems, different teams, siloed.
Which leads to slow reaction times. That's the real kicker, isn't it? When seconds count.
Precisely. That delay can be critical. So thinking about Cerberus DMS, it's positioned as the hazard management station.
The station, okay.
Yeah. Maybe think of it like the central brain or the conductor of an orchestra for the building's safety and security.
I like that analogy, the conductor.
It brings everything together, offers a genuinely new perspective on building protection. It's designed to integrate.
Okay, a central brain, a conductor.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But for someone like me, not a building expert, what does this brain actually do? How does it integrate all these different things without becoming super complex itself?
That's the core idea, really. It integrates all the key areas of building protection into one system.
So what areas are we talking about?
Well, you've got fire protection, obviously. That's fundamental.
Right.
Then video surveillance, the building's eyes. Access control, who gets in where.
Okay. Managing doors and badges and things.
Exactly. And intrusion control, the more advanced alarms, sensors detecting break-ins.
Got it.
And crucially, it can also integrate third-party systems. Systems may be already installed.
Ah, okay. So it's not just Siemens-owned stuff.
Not at all. That's a key point. And all of this functions as that single central control point.
No more separate silos, different teams looking at different screens, trying to figure out what's happening.
Exactly. Everything's visible, actionable from one place.
That sounds like a huge improvement.
It is. And that integration is what allows for that immediate sort of intelligent response we need. Now, what really sets a system like this apart? Well, we have some insights from Matteo, one of the product managers. He highlighted some key advantages, especially for, the non-technical person.
Okay, great. What did he emphasize?
First off, simplicity and ease of use. It's designed to be intuitive. You don't need an engineering degree.
That's good news for me.
Yeah. It has a clearly structured user interface. Information is presented logically. And importantly, it uses consistent workflows.
Consistent workflows. What does that mean in practice?
It means whether you're dealing with a fire alarm signal or an access control alert or maybe an intrusion alarm, the steps you take on the system feel similar. The process is consistent.
Ah, I see. So you don't have to learn 5 different ways of doing things.
Precisely. It makes controlling all these diverse subsystems much easier without needing loads of specialized training for each one.
Wow, okay, so that easy-to-use part translates directly into fewer headaches for the building managers, less training time, and crucially faster responses because people actually know what they're doing quickly.
Exactly. It streamlines the human element, which, as you said, is priceless in an emergency.
Makes sense. What's next?
The next big advantage is that it's an open platform. Now, this sounds a bit technical, but stick with me.
Okay.
It uses a wide range of open standards. Think of it like USB ports on your computer.
Right, you can plug almost anything in.
Exactly. Because it uses that common standard, it allows seamless integration of devices not just from Siemens, but from other companies too, third-party providers.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. So, open platform means you're not logged into one brand. Like, you don't have to buy only Siemens cameras or sensors.
That's the idea. You can integrate existing equipment you might already have or add new technologies as they come along.
That seems huge. Makes it future-proof, right? And cost-effective. You're not ripping everything out just to upgrade one part.
Absolutely. It can grow and evolve with the building, adapt to new needs, new tech. It's designed to be flexible in that way.
That is smart. Okay, what else?
And that ties into the third point, flexibility and scalability. It's designed to be suitable for pretty much all building types and sizes.
Not just giant skyscrapers.
Nope. Very small buildings, medium ones, schools, hospitals, up to those really large, complex projects like university campuses. It scales.
How does it manage that? How does it scale?
It uses something called distributed deployment. Think of it like building with Legos. You just add more blocks or modules as needed.
Ah, the Lego analogy. I get that. So you don't buy a whole new system if you expand the building.
Right. You can expand it with additional functions too, like adding apps to your phone. New modules or extensions can be added to the core system. It adapts rather than being a rigid one-size-fits-all box.
Flexible, scalable, open. Okay, that sounds great in theory, but let's make it concrete. How does this actually help in real life? You mentioned some application examples.
Yes, exactly. These really show the difference. The before without a system like this and the after with Cerberus DMS.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, scenario 1. A night fire. Imagine a fire breaks out in an empty office building.
Okay.
Without an integrated system, the alarm might sound, sure, but getting the right information, exact location, severity to the right people quickly, that might be delayed.
And the consequences.
Severe material damage, data loss, maybe the business can't operate. But with DMS, it instantly alarms the correct people based on preset escalation levels.
Escalation levels.
Yeah, like first notify security on site, then automatically send detailed info to the fire department, then alert building management. It directs the response.
Saving crucial time and money. Got it. What's next?
Scenario 2. Event handling during a crisis. Think about the chaos of an emergency. First responders arrive, maybe internal staff, maybe external services.
Yeah, it can be confusing.
Exactly. If there's no clear procedure, people can get confused, miss steps, do things out of order. With DMS, it actually defines every step of the emergency procedure. It guides the operator visually.
Like a checklist on screen.
Sort of, yes. And crucially, it automatically documents everything, creates a record for later analysis, so you can learn and improve.
Okay, that makes sense. Learning from incidents. Scenario 3.
Unauthorized access. Someone gets into a secure area they shouldn't be in, late at night maybe?
Right, security breach.
Without integration, security might get an alert, but then they have to manually search through hours of separate video recordings to figure out where the person went, who it was.
Which takes time. Precious time.
A lot of time. Prolongs the reaction. But with DMS integrating access control and video, the moment that door is breached, the operator sees the alert, the specific door, and the live video feed from nearby cameras all on one screen, instantly.
Wow, so they know exactly where to look, who to look for. Much faster reaction.
Much faster. Okay, number 4, night shutdown errors.
What kind of errors?
Maybe when setting the building alarms for the night, a door gets left unlocked, or a system isn't armed correctly. Finding that error might mean someone has to physically walk the entire building, checking everything.
Ugh, time-consuming and easy to miss something.
Very. But with DMS, if there's an error during shutdown, the system identifies and displays the cause immediately, pinpoints the exact door or system.
Enabling quick intervention, fix the problem right away.
Exactly. And finally, number 5, maintenance deactivation.
Taking systems offline for repairs.
Yeah, like disabling alarm zones or cameras for planned work. Doing that manually, the traditional way. It's Fiddly, time-consuming, and honestly, prone to errors. You might forget to turn something back on or switch off the wrong thing.
I can see how that could happen easily. Big consequences.
Definitely. But using a management system with a graphical interface like DMS makes this simple, intuitive, reliable, point and click, essentially. See exactly what's deactivated. It prevents those costly mistakes.
Okay, those 5 examples really paint a picture. It's not just about the big emergencies, but also making the day-to-day stuff, like maintenance, much smoother and safer.
Absolutely. It supports customers in emergencies, yes, but it also improves the efficiency and reliability of everyday processes. Less stress, safer operations overall.
So let's bring this back. After exploring all this, what does it actually mean for you, the person working in that office, studying on that campus, maybe visiting that hospital? Why should you care about this backstage tech?
Well, ultimately, the sources really emphasize that a system like Cerberus DMS helps reduce the staffing needed for monitoring, which can save costs, sure. But more importantly for the people inside, it cuts down complexity. Clear overview, simple instructions in an emergency.
Less chance of confusion when things go wrong.
Precisely. It provides real-time, actionable information. That means quicker, more effective responses when seconds count. So for you, the occupant, it really translates into a safer environment, more predictable, more secure. It lets you focus on what you're there to do without that sort of underlying worry.
And for the building manager, less stress, lower risks, better efficiency.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Right. That really wraps up our deep dive today then. We've seen how a system like Siemens Cerberus DMS acts as this user-friendly, flexible, adaptable hub, bringing all those different building protection systems, fire, security, access under one roof.
Simplifying operations, enabling quick, informed responses.
Yeah, and making it all manageable. Plus, being modular and scalable for pretty much any building size. That's quite impressive.
It really is a shift in how we approach building safety. Which leads me to a final thought, perhaps something for you, our listeners, to consider.
Okay.
As our buildings get smarter, more interconnected, think about how this deep integration of advanced systems might shape things, not just safety and efficiency, which we've talked about, but maybe our everyday experience, our actual sense of security within these spaces. What will it really feel like to live and work in a truly intelligent building?
That's a fascinating question to ponder. What does that future feel like?
Sure.
Okay. That officially wraps up our deep dive into hazard management systems. We hope you feel a bit more informed, maybe a little safer even, just knowing this kind of technology is working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.